Hey everyone, we're on the eve of Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf's State of the City address for 2017, the fall version. And it's going to be held at the Islamic Cultural Center, 1433 Madison. As a few of you know, and now more of you because of an email blast and this follow-up video and everything else that goes with it, like the press release, I created a survey report card to determine where Mayor Schaaf is at this point in her administration, particularly as she is pursuing re-election as the 50th mayor of Oakland. But I was really trying to avoid developing a survey that someone could identify as being biased for, whatever reason, right? What I did was I based the survey design on the mayor's own positions and priorities as stated on her original Made in Oakland website in 2014 as she was running for mayor. Yeah, so what I did was, for example, let's take this. Fund street and pothole repair. That was a position, that was a priority. So all I did was take, did the mayor, colon, and put that in front of the sentence, fund street and pothole repair, to have, now we have the question. Did the mayor fund street and pothole repair? Question mark, right? That's what I did for every one of the 59 positions and priorities the mayor took. Every single one. Just did the mayor, colon, question mark at the end. And to continue the objective of producing, for want of a better term, a clean survey, if you will, I limited the responses to 3 basic answers. Yes, no, or not sure. So, did the mayor fund street and pothole repairs? You can either say yes or no, or if you don't know the answer, not sure. It's that simple. To the point I made the preliminary survey analysis, I only received 32 responses. My original plan was to release a report when I got to about 500 or 600 a number, right? But the response was so skewed toward the no's, and we were close to the State of the City address, I felt it necessary to report these findings right up front because of this gigantic, outsized pattern. And then ask, why is this occurring? So, this is what I determined, because, for example, let's take fund street and pothole repair, all right? The mayor on social media, if for those who are paying attention, noted that she had embarked on, in the city of Oakland, had embarked on an ambitious program of fixing the potholes, right? So, as a result, the response we get is, did the mayor fund street and pothole repair is 41% yes, 50% no, and 9% not sure. Okay? Which is both good and bad. Because, you'd like to think that, hey, the mayor's getting the word out. But obviously, even though this program is known to some, it's not known to all and produces that result. Here's an interesting contrast, all right? Here's another one that really stuck out. Well, it'll stick out to anybody, and you'll remember it once I tell it to you. And it is this one about biking, and it says basically the priority was grow bike sharing and safe cycling routes across Oakland. So what I did was I took did the mayor, put it in front of that priority, and then the question mark to come up with this. Did the mayor grow bike sharing and safe cycling routes across Oakland? Now, the answer is an overwhelming yes. That's right, 52% yes. 52, 5-2, all right, yes. And then the no's are at 29%, and the not sures are at 19%. Okay, that's 51.61 yes. That is 28.03, excuse me, 29.03 no, 29.03 no, and that is 19.35 for the not sures, okay, of the 32 respondents. You would say, why is that? And this is the answer that makes sense to me. Around Oakland, there are these Ford Motor Company sponsored bike racks, bike stations. They're in bright blue. You can't miss them. There's one near the intersection of Grand and Perkins and Adams Point, for example. There's another one in Fruitvale that's very visible from the BART station as you're coming into Fruitvale BART. So right, if you are headed on Fruitvale BART, make sure you sit on the left side of the train and look out. You can't miss them. There are other examples as well. Point is, they're visible to everyone. Even if you don't want to see them, they're in your face. And so anyone taking the survey, more than likely that's what they see. Hey, that Ford station, those things are everywhere. But by contrast, you don't see a sign that says, this pothole was fixed by the Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf and the City of Oakland's Public Works Department, right? Something that would be, bright yellow, city yellow and all that stuff, or city colors and everything, visible from, several distances away, something like that. You don't see that anywhere in the city. So as a result, the good works of Mayor Schaaf and the City of Oakland are not properly communicated. And not only that, when the mayor and the city do attempt to communicate to you what's happening, more often than not, they use traditional media, and their social media approach is uncoordinated and haphazard. And I'm not going to spend time explaining to them how to improve it because of reasons I've stated in the blog post. I'm not going to go any further than that. So, but you would also say, well, that's not the only reason for these no's. And I think the other part of the reason is a complete misperception of who Mayor Schaaf is. There are a number of people, an outsized number, who view her as, if you will, not friendly to minorities, and she gets a low grade more often than not among millennials because of three problems. First of all, the lack of affordable housing. Second of all, the gigantic number of homeless people, okay? And the overall perception of the city is not affordable because of those two problems. You could throw on other examples as well. Maybe someone didn't like the way that she cozied up to New York Police Commissioner and New York Police Consultant Bill Bratton, who's the father of stop and frisk, right? I mean, everybody has their example. But if you know Libby like I know her, you know that's not the case. But I could talk a long way about that, but the bottom line is the perception causes people to just want to say no, as opposed to maybe giving her a pass and saying, I'm not sure, okay? But that all comes back to the gigantic communications problem Libby faces. There are people who don't know her, and we're in an environment where communications are, as you know, because of media and social media, are completely divided, more than bifurcated. Segregated is the best term I can use. All that has conspired to harm Libby, and I might add, it will harm every single person who runs for mayor or who is mayor in the future, unless they don't take a dramatically different approach in terms of getting their message out. And that's true for the city as well. That's true for the city as well. So the point is, however, this is preliminary. There are only 32 responses. But my fear is that even if we get 100 responses, if we get 200, 300, 400, the difference won't be that dramatically much from what I see here. That said, I want to get this out into the eyes and computers and mobile devices of as many Oaklanders as I can, so we can get a true read on how people perceive how the mayor, and by extension the city of Oakland, is doing. And then from that, we can discuss why and how best to move forward. If you haven't taken the survey, please take the survey. Please share it with your friends and let me know what you think. Thanks.